So I intend to keep my President's report very brief for 2013. One of the probably advantages is that I joined the board in July and became President in August. And it was clear in terms of keeping my report brief that when I joined the board back then that our club needed change. During 2013, I think it's fair to say the club at a point in time was in crisis. In my early discussions with Peter Jackson, we talked about the club being at a fork in the road. We had a choice. We could either go down the same or a similar path for the same or similar results, and that was obviously not going to be good enough for anyone. Or we could go down a different road with a different team. We had to choose a path of change, and there have been no doubt significant changes since that period of time at the Melbourne Football Club. At board level, during 2013, 5 directors of the 9 directors resigned, and obviously a new president appointed in August. Peter Jackson completed a review of our business operations after a few months in the chair, and it was apparent that we needed a significant restructure with the assistance of the AFL. We needed cultural change and a coaching structure to drive the change in behaviours and to focus on the development of players in this football club. We needed to create the very best environment for our players, but an environment where there's no excuses, where there's stability and there's no distractions off the field. And of course, the biggest news, no doubt, during 2013 was the appointment and the announcement of Paul Roos as senior coach after a very public courtship. I think the energy and enthusiasm that Paul has brought to the club from day one has been fantastic. I would encourage each and every one of you, if you haven't done so, to get down to training, to have a look at the boys train. I've also been just as excited about the coaching panel that Paul has assembled, the quality and the character of the men that have joined the club. I won't steal Paul's thunder, no doubt he'll elaborate on that if he wishes. And likewise with the playing group, the players who have joined the club and our leadership group. I'm very, very excited about that. As we reflect on the fork in the road we got to and the path that we've taken, I know it's early days, but we strongly believe the changes we've made have put us on the right road. I'd particularly like to thank Peter Jackson, who no doubt in that crisis saw the danger and saw the opportunity that a crisis presents. Thank you, Peter, on behalf of the members and the staff for steadying the ship, but the way you've gone about it, for your work with a board that was changing at a time and at all levels, including with the AFL in terms of the assistance that we required. At a time when no doubt the footy department would have felt under siege, for providing that steadying influence. So on behalf of everyone, thank you, Peter. I'd also like to thank everybody from within the club, members, supporters, and from within the AFL community that have embraced the change. It's difficult what's gone past, but it had to happen. There had to be change. There had to be hard decisions made, and I make no apologies for that. The other big news towards the end of 2013 was the announcement of a new major sponsor for at least the next 3 years. I think it's very exciting that Automotive Holdings Group, AHG, have got right behind the club, Bronte House and their managing director and team right behind the club as our major sponsor. You may be aware that they are Australia's largest automotive business, growing out of Perth 1952 City Motor Holden City Motors to now a top 200 ASX listed company turning over $3 to $4 billion per annum. So if you're looking for a car, please hop on their website. They've got everything from Holdens to Fords to Porsche, Bentleys, any car you can think of, and support AHG. They go beyond cars though. They've also got KTM motorcycles, and you would have seen they've got the largest refrigerated transport business and storage business in the country in Ram Transport, and you would have seen some of our leading players on the side of those semi-trailers going around the city 24/7. Their support has been fantastic. They have supported with a car from Hyundai, Melbourne City Hyundai, which one member will win providing they've signed up by round one. So if you have friends, family who haven't signed up, please get on board and go on that draw for a fantastic car, and thanks to AHG for that support. Lots of thank yous for 2013 in my President's report and the annual report and Peter's report. I won't go over all of those, but particularly all of the volunteers that give up their time in supporting this club, the Demon Army that go to all the games behind the goals across the country. Many thanks to everyone who put their heart and soul into the club in 2013. It's unfortunate that some very good people have left the club during that period, outside of their control, not necessarily about their performance. There's players who have left us. I want to thank them, and in particular Aaron Davey for many great years' service to the club, the coaches who left in that period, and it's very pleasing as well to welcome James McDonald back at the Best and Fairest and for the Best Team Man Award to be named after such a quality person. The Foundation Heroes again in August raised more than $450,000, which is an outstanding effort. Jim Steins had a vision to grow that group to 1,000. We're now pushing 500, and we're going to work hard to hopefully fulfil that vision. So thanks to all Foundation Heroes. Of course to the MCC, that with the football section of the MCC, to Paul Sheehan, the committee, Stephen Goff for their fantastic support. Long history obviously, but thanks again for getting behind us, and the AFL of course during 2013. So finally, where are we as we head into 2014? I believe we have now the stability in terms of board management, our sponsors, fantastic stability off the field. We have a coaching group that really, I think is a fantastic group in terms of the development of our players. I believe we have the right structure, the right key people, we're on the right road, and we now have a platform to build a successful club. Make no mistake though, we're coming from a long way back in 2013. There's been plenty of hard work on and off the field, and we know there's plenty of hard work in front of us for us to really become a respected and sustainable football club. Well, growing our club is our priority. The immediate focus is on footy, and we have to win back respect on and off the field, and I believe we've made some great progress so far. I know we're on the right track, but I understand there may be some people out there not just jumping on board yet and waiting and seeing. I understand that. I hope you all see the changes as positive, and in that regard, we'd want everyone to really be proud of this football club and feel very good about this football club. We believe we're on the right track. On that note, thanks for listening to me, and I'll hand over now to Peter Jackson.